Hey, what's up, worship boy? G Shrimp, everybody, maybe they just watch the street, man. And today we in, we in Chicago with it, y'all. We in Foster Park. Now, y'all excuse me for a minute, man. My back a little so I'm finna lay back, right? So I did want to do this video for y'all. So I'm just gonna get comfortable, right? Like I'm talking to a psychiatrist or something. Get my feet up here. So look, check this out, right? Like, back in the day when we were younger, right? You know, these OGs, they find the young boys, right, that's willing to put in that work, and they seek you out. And the young boys be wanting so much validation from the OGs that they put that work in for them, right? So we was doing that. We all fall in the stages. That's where Chicago at. It's been like that. It stays like that, right? It's levels to this shit. No matter where you at, you go be on a certain level. How you move up. So when you start, you go be the little guy putting in the work until you get up there to be the general. Eventually, if you ever get up there to be the general, because everybody ain't built for this type of shit. You got to be a thinker and all that extra shit. So that eliminate half of the motherfuckers right off the back. But the ones that have that charisma and that star power that can control a bunch of motherfuckers, them the ones become the generals, right? So when I was younger, we was starting off at, let's say, the beginners level. So we doing what we got to do to get the eye of the general. Now, I never seeked out that type of attention. It just felt like that because that's how the stages went. So when I was coming up in the rankings like that, we had a bunch of little shorties. Let's say if it's 5 of us, right? Now we all done went out and did certain things, but it's only a few people go be getting praise. Hey man, this little Mo, he do this. This little Mo, he did that. He'll do this, he'll do that. It's like you building up a fucking resume that's only gonna send you to the fucking penitentiary. I hope you do know this. That's all it's gonna do. So it's not good, but that's how it is, right? So you building up this resume that's only good in the fucking penitentiary. So, and we doing this, right? So, doing these travels, right, I ran into a little guy named Mookie. Mookie was a guy about my age. I ran with a guy from Foster Park named Connie, which was his boy. They used to do a little something together, but then when I came around, me and Connie started clicking up and putting in work. And we moving like Batman and Robin around here. No, OG's loving us. Now he feeling some type of way, y'all. So when I hit the party, they throw a little more right there. Hey man, the G wanna holler at you, woo. And everybody, man, what's up, little Mo? You know. Now he like, man, Joe, why they act like, man, you all that, this all that? You know, he kind of salty. Now he holler at me, hey man, we can go up here on Sunday night and take care of some business right now. I'm like, for what? Did the G say we gotta go up there? No, man, but we still, no, we ain't finna do that. If the G tell us to do it, we do it. So I'm not doing extra shit. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that just to be doing that. I'm not trying to get no props or none of that shit. It is what it is. If this what we gotta do, this what we gotta do. But I'm not doing no extra shit. So he in the party trying to convince me to just go slide for no reason, basically. And I'm like, no, man. If the G says slide, we go slide. If he don't, we ain't got to. Take a break, nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell him. And I'm smart enough to know this. Maybe I learned it when I got older. I even knew it back then. The OGs them playing chess. We young. We pawns in the game. We ain't. We pawns. They moving the pieces around. So wait till your pieces move, nigga. Stop trying to run the board. You don't run the board yet. When you get to be the general, then you run the board. You playing chess with whoever your opposition is, and that's what it is. So he trying to convince me to move out of law, basically is what we call it. He trying to get me to move out of law. I'm not doing that. Eventually, I don't know who he talked to, y'all. He went, did what he wanted to do. Fast forward. Now I resume like this, and guess where it's leading us, y'all? Bam, to the penitentiary. Who I see first day heading to the penitentiary? Mookie. He my cellie now. Guess what kind of case he done caught when he wanted me to go slide with him that night, y'all. He went up there and he done shot him a goddamn police officer. Yeah, shot him a police officer. But it was strange how it happened. He walked up there and seen some ops or something. They had words, and he upped his pistol and trying to. I guess he finna do. And the police happened. He was walking beats and shit. Then walked up on him, and the police synced him. And he was so little and had the gun. Tried to physically take the gun from him. This is what saved his ass, y'all. The police tried to take the gun for him, and the police took the gun and he pulled it, and the trigger. He pulled the trigger and he shot himself. And the evidence and everything, the eyewitness reports was able to prove it, right? So let's say me and him, we fucking up from 86, 87, 88, 89. We did enough damage. We heading to the penitentiary. I see him, and I'm like, man, boy, you got this murder. We didn't know how it was gonna look, but let's say this: he beats the case. He didn't beat it. I mean, he got time on it, but it wasn't as heavy because he was a juvenile too. Because we was 16. Well, we weren't 16, we was 17 because we was in the county. But he was a juvenile. They had sentenced him under the Juvenile Act. They didn't charge him as an adult. But they charged him as an adult, but they still had it. I think his case was fighting out in juvenile court, kind of, because that's where it started, y'all. So, fast forward now, let's say from 89, fast forward, it's the 90s. We big time drug dealers now, still moving in the same direction. He done made it home from all this shit, though, y'all. Still ain't got his head on straight, though. He had got a little job and all this, but he still was one of them guys who wanted attention. So he moving around in the street. Next thing I know, he done caught another murder. And I'm like, damn, dog. So I slid up him. I'm the general now. I still slid up on him one day. And I'm like, what's going on? He had a little spot or something he was doing. And I'm like, and he out here doing some hand-to-hands or something he was doing, right? I said, damn, dog, you ain't got no workers yet? No, man, I got my little brother be helping me and such and such. I'm like, yeah, well, you can't, be hands-on like that. You should be up here by now. I'm trying to just talk to him because, I know he should have enough people because he from Foster Park. You've been around for a while. You should have some soldiers by now. This is what I'm trying to tell him, right? And he just still was moving like that, y'all. And he caught another murder. Now, this the 90s now. And it wasn't no police officer and the guy didn't kill himself. He killed this motherfucker. He ran up on the car and I think they said something about the guy had robbed him or something or somehow, But anyway, he did it and ended up killing the guy. And guess what he had now? In the penitentiary. He got 50 years on that murder. Now I said that to say this. It don't matter what you do in the street. It ain't matter what you do, it's how you do it. They tell you that all the time. So when you moving through these streets, if you're not smart enough to do no thinking, you go always end up in the penitentiary. And they tell you this, and this is why I be doing these videos, y'all, because I be wanting y'all to know. You never know how life go pan out when you doing this shit. It's no script or none of that. You going as you go. I can do a video today and be dead the next 10 minutes. I don't know I'm finna die. You know what I mean? I don't know. But the way you live, you can kind of predict how shit can go. You're doing things that'll come back to you and how it is, right? So I'm saying if you're not doing no thinking, you go keep headed down the same direction, especially if you don't change nothing. When you start getting a certain age, okay, maybe you need to step out the way. Try to not get your hands dirty so much. And I was smart enough to realize, okay, these OGs playing chess. If I'm a pawn in the game, I'm a pawn. Okay, now you moving, you OGs, y'all playing chess with whoever you're playing against. You got to know, okay, some of these kids, they just go crash right the fuck out. And you get to the point where you be like, some of these motherfuckers is so simple. You be like, you know what? That's all you gonna do is crash. And some of these niggas was deliberately, y'all, crash them the fuck out. I'm talking about deliberately. And it's not like it's heartless. It's just to the point where sometimes it calls for that. It calls for that because, like they say, many are called but few are chosen. If you ain't one of the chosen ones and we just called you, nigga, we need you for what? I need you to crash into this goddamn airplane for me. Because I can't do it. You and that nigga been wanting to crash for years. Okay, I got something for y'all to crash into. Metaphorically speaking. You feel me? And that's just basically how it is. So I be trying to educate people on, because there's a lot of young people watch it. Most people that don't live in the city. People be in other places, y'all. And they be thinking, they really think that motherfuckers be having fun. When you young, it's fun. Yeah, it is. It stopped getting fun when it get dangerous, y'all. That's when it start getting fun. And I ain't talking about the regular little shootouts and all that. I'm talking about the shit that you didn't expect. When you come home and a motherfucker in your house. And your baby mama missed the door. And you hear it and you turn around and a nigga rushing at you or some shit like that. And you like, wait a minute. This nigga caught me off guard. And like, for instance, pause for a minute. This situation the TB dude was in. When the motherfucker tried to rob him and his girl ended up having to kill him. That type of shit. But y'all see how he took it and act like it didn't bother him. And what that did, it got him killed. Even if you had to kill somebody, if you ain't humble about it, a nigga just gonna get on your ass. If we didn't learn nothing from our OGs that I think saved the guys that's still out, is to keep your mouth shut about whatever you did. That's the best lesson I learned. These young boys, they ain't learned it because they in the days of social media. So they want, their validation ain't coming just from the street. They want their validation from people all over the world. So they want to act like it's cool to do this and do that and let everybody know they did it. They be so disrespectful to the point that it only put a target on their back. Because when you doing shit to people and they got people that got people that got people, they gonna put somebody on your ass and that just make you a target. And guess what? They go rep off you. For example, I ain't got to give y'all my address. Let's just say this. 70th and Ada. I'm looking at a video the other night. These little motherfuckers literally stay down the street from me, around the corner. They got guns and shit out there, and they got some of the YouTuber filming them, and they're just making it seem like it's all that. And he telling me the name of the set they from. I'm like, I don't know them like that. I ain't saying they ain't out here doing that. They is, but I'm just saying this shit ain't everything that you seen. Now, there's one block they named. I know these niggas. Yeah, I know them. That's my end. I know all them. That's my section. But the block they talking about, I ain't saying they wasn't doing nothing down there, but I'm not in tune with it like that. So I'm like, okay. So you can believe what you want to believe when you're watching these YouTube things, y'all. You know? And you got to realize some of these guys get good at making video. They'll take some nobodies and put them on here and they on stage. Get them some dummy gun. This nigga had a gun in a motherfucking book bag, y'all. AR-15 fold up. Okay. How that's gonna help you in a book bag? You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I got an AR-15. I kept my shit on the floor in the grass. If it's really like that, nigga, it ain't fuck a book bag. If we driving somewhere here, you can put it in the book bag if you want to. But nigga, you standing on the corner. So that bitch needs to be on the ground under some potato chip bags, ready for to be worked when it's time to be. If the car hit the corner and you got to dive to that, you can't. What you go? You got to. Who you go hit like that, man? Who you go hit like that? You go be the nigga died with his gun in his book bag. That's all it is. It's TV, y'all. It's television. This shit is entertaining. It's entertaining. But the people who live this shit sit back. I read the comments. They be laughing. That's why you have so many people that agree with you. They sit back and laugh and be like, these niggas some clowns. Some of them be clowns. Some of them ain't though, bro. Some of them ain't. And these little niggas will kill you. They will kill you. That's why I don't fuck with them. You know what I mean? Because guess what? Everybody got people like that. And I'm smart enough not to sit on TV and say, nigga, I'll kill you. I'm smart enough not to say no shit like that. Because I know who watch it. It ain't just y'all. Hell, the views you get, let's say if you got 100 views, How many of y'all think are police officers? Let me tell you this, right? I shouldn't even say this, but let's say I seen this guy. Let's just make up a name. Tony 50 Williams. I ain't gonna say Williams. Thompson, because that's actually his name. But guess what? He's on Instagram. Now, people probably never paid attention to the name. I did. Williams arrested me. I went to jail, so I know who this motherfucker is. And I'm like, damn, that's dude. I tell my wife, hey, this dude, he was a cool cat, you know, he a cool cat, you know. And I didn't go to jail on no bullshit, you know, and he was a cool cat. But I'm just saying his name out there like that, so he meeting the same women you meeting, knowing the same people and all that. It's all a big mix up in the bowl, y'all. And you gonna know where Mookie at today? It ain't been 50 years, bro. It ain't been 50 years. I got another partner. He doing 38 years. He was a general. He over here. I'm gonna tell y'all his story this evening. I'm gonna tell y'all the story of Dice Dog. So all the guys from Brotherville, y'all tune in. We go do the story of Dice Dog, from the bank robberies to, well, we ain't go. We don't cover the smoke, right? You ain't gonna cover the smoke, cause some of this shit, y'all, is classified. You know what I mean? It needs to be classified, and we won't talk about. You know, cause when you get just know this: if you a general, you need to put some work in. That's all I can tell you. If you become a general, you put some work in. That's the only way they gonna notice you. That's the only way you gonna notice you. Now, sometimes people can get up there being hustlers, but them are the generals that have no respect. Just because a nigga a general don't mean everybody gonna respect them. Them the generals niggas try to play like pussies until, man, I ain't finna do that. Who you talking to? I ain't never heard no shit like that, bro. If I tell a nigga go do, you ain't gonna do what? I know I didn't just hit it. Not these. I know these ain't nothing. Jeff Ford boy just said, hold on. You just said you ain't following orders? What mob you in, nigga? Oh no, I know that. I know it. That's how you know them the pussy generals. Yeah, we got a few, not a lot. Not a lot. Them ones might have paid that. You nigga can buy a spot too now, y'all. You can buy a spot. You catch the right people. You know, you can buy a spot, but them be the spots ain't respected though. Cause people know you bought it. You didn't earn it. You ain't never had no bodies or no shit. Niggas know you ain't did that. Listen to the music and listen to what the kids respect. The little kids don't respect shit but money and murder. And you got to have had both of them or been through that to even be respected. Period. That's why I can sit in this room calm with y'all and don't have no problems. I don't have no problems. I'm just smart enough to know the life's too fast. If I want to slow down, I'm going to slow down and get out the way and let y'all keep speeding. Y'all can keep speeding. I know where y'all going. To the penitentiary or the graveyard. Unless you slow down. You feel me? It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody fake baby daddy, voice of the street. I'm gonna plant you now, dig you later, and we go do Dice Dog. It's early. We go do Dice Dog. I ain't gonna put time on it. I'm gonna put a schedule up and y'all see it. I'm out.